Okay, hello grade 12s. I want to predict or to anticipate the structure of the analytical geometry question. What is it that they can bring concerning analytical geometry? Analytical geometry. Let me increase. Okay, yes. Analytical geometry circle. So I want to predict some questions that might come concerning analytical geometry question. We know that one of the key questions is to determine the equation of a circle. We expect we can anticipate this question. We know that examiner loves to bring this question. Determine the equation of a circle. So we must be able to find the equation of a circle using the formula x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. So they can ask us to find the equation of a circle. So this is the first thing that I'm going to do. Let us determine the equation of a circle. Let's say we are given a circle which has got a diameter AB. So I'm going to draw a straight line and I'm going to say this line, it's AB, which is my diameter. So let me say I have 1 and 3. And let's say I have got 3 and 5. So the first question that I want us to go through is to find the equation of a circle. And I'm saying AB is a diameter. So for us to find the equation of a circle, we need the point at the center, or we need the coordinates. We need the coordinates of the point at the center. Let me say point at the center. So this point at the center, I must know its x coordinate and its y coordinate. So let us go to my circle with a diameter AB. Do I know the point at the center? I can find this point at the center. The point at the center is the midpoint of AB. This point at the center is at the middle of AB. Because I said AB is a diameter, this line here to A is a radius, and this other line again to B is a radius. So this point is exactly at the middle of AB. This point at the center. The central point is the midpoint of AB. So you know how do we find the midpoint. So we're going to say x1 plus x2 divided by 2. We are looking for the midpoint of AB. So what is my x1? Let me take my x at A to be 1. What is my xb? My x at 3, my x at B, it's my x2, which is 3, divided by 2. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the x midpoint is 2. So let us find the y midpoint. y1 plus y2 divided by 2, which is equals to 3 plus 5 divided by 2, which is 8 over 2, which is 4. So the point at the center of a circle is 2 and 4, which is the midpoint of a diameter. The midpoint of a diameter gives you the central point. So we know the point of the center is 2 and 4. Now I think we are ready to find the equation of a circle. Let us find the equation of a circle. We should be able to find the equation of a circle so easy because we have a central point. Okay, don't forget, guys, this is the formula that you use. X minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. So this is a mathematical formula we use to determine the equation of a circle, whereby a and b are the point at the center of a circle. So I can substitute that so easy. I can say x minus 2a is the x point at the center of a circle plus y minus b is the y point at the center of a circle, which is 4, equals to r squared. Now, actually, you are almost done. Look, you have what we call x minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals to r squared. This is almost complete equation of a circle. It's just we have to find the value of this r squared. If we can know the value of this r squared, we are done. So what we have to do, we have to find r squared and substitute that r squared. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute x and y by any point from the circumference of a circle. Substitute x and y by any point from the circumference of a circle. So I'm going to use the point B and say my x is 3, my y is 5. So I'm going to say 3 minus 2 squared plus 5 minus 4 squared equals to r squared. Just press this on the left using your calculator. 1 squared is 1. So 2 equals to r squared. So what is the equation of a circle? Now, because you know r squared, you come to this one. You use this guy here. You say x minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared. What is your r squared? Your r squared is 2. Then you found the equation of a circle. And please, grade 12, this is part of your syllabus. You must be able to find the equation of a circle. When you are going to approach analytical geometry, make sure that you know how to find the equation of a circle. What is the equation of a circle? X minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals to 2. Okay. Another thing that the examiners can do now, let me remove everything. This is the second possible question. Highly possible as well. The second highly possible question. Okay, so I'm going to give you a question not so long. Let me say I have x squared here minus 4x plus 4. Don't worry what I'm doing there. Y squared minus 8y plus 16. Okay, obviously equals to 2. Now let's say we give you this. Let's say we say x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 8y Okay, plus 18 equals to 0. And then we say to you, determine the coordinates of the center of a circle. We want the coordinates of the center of a circle. Determine the coordinates of the center of a circle. So what we are saying, provided the circle give us the point at the center of a circle, give us the x value and also give us the y value. This can come. Something like this can come. It's a high probable question. So what do we do here? We have to solve this problem by completing the square. This is what we are going to do. We are going to solve the problem by completing the square. So what you do, you put your x together. So you say x squared minus 4x. Put your x close together. Now you write your y's. You say y squared minus 8y equals to, you take this positive 18 to this side, it becomes negative 18. From here now, we are surely going to complete the square. I'm going to put my focus on the coefficient of x. I wanted to change the color. Okay? And also on the coefficient of y. This is where I'm going to put my focus. The coefficient of x, coefficient of y. What am I going to do to the coefficient of x? The coefficient of x, which is negative 4, I'm going to multiply it by 1 over 2 and then square. This is what I'm doing to the number before x. Okay, so I'm going to have minus 4 times half squared, which is minus 2 squared. My answer is 4. Do the same thing to the coefficient of y, which is negative 8. Take negative 8, multiply it by 1 over 2, and then you square it, which becomes minus 4 squared, which is 16. So these two values, 4 and 16, they are going to be very important. How so? You come here, you say x squared minus 4x, you add this 4, which you got here, then you write y, you say plus y squared minus 8y, you add the 16, which you got here. You say equals to, you write this negative 18, but now recall new guys that you have put on the left. What are the new values that you have put? On the left, you have added 4 and you have also added 16. So mathematically, we say what you do on the right, do on the left. On the left, you added 4, you added 16. You must also do it on the right. You must add 4 and also add 16. Okay, now let's continue. We now say this expression, x squared minus 4x plus 4, can be factorized. And how do you factorize it? Watch out. You write x. Now you say, if you look at the coefficient of x, it was negative 4. And what were we doing to the number before negative 4? We were multiplying it by half. And what is this negative 4 times half? It was -2. You use this -2 to factorize. So you say -2 and then you square. So if you factorize x squared minus 4x plus 4, the correct factor is x minus 2 squared. It's actually x minus 2. Remember, x minus 2 squared is x minus 2 times x minus 2. So you do the same with y. You now factorize y squared minus 8y plus 16. You write y. You go to the, remember, the coefficient of y was -8. You multiply it by what? By half. -8 by half is -4. So now you say y minus 4. You square it. You say equals to -18 plus 4 plus 6 is 2. So you found the equation of a circle in a different form. Now it's easy to find the coordinates at the center of a circle. What are the coordinates at the center of a circle? You can do this. You can compare this equation, which is x minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals to 2 with this one, x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. This implies that this x is this x, this negative is this negative. So this 2 is my a. So remember, a is the point, is the x point at the center of a circle. So you say my x coordinates at the center of a circle is 2. This y is this y. This negative is this negative. This 4 is my b. So the y coordinates, it's 4. So the point at the center of a circle is 2 and 4. Another way you could have done this, you could have said, let me equate the bracket to 0. You say x minus 2 equals to 0. Therefore, x equals to 2. So this is the x coordinate at the point of the center of a circle. I think this is actually a safer approach. You take even y minus 4, you equate it to 0. Y equals to 4 is the y coordinate at the center of a circle. So you must be able to find the coordinates of the center of a circle by completing the square. Okay, let us now look at another question which examiners love. I'm bringing the questions which I think they are highly probable. One of this may come. So study all these things. Study all these things, grade 12. Let us give you a circle. Give you the point at the center of a circle. Let's say, suppose we say it's 1 and 2. And give you a point at the circumference of a circle. Let me say it's 3 and 5. So now I ask you to find the equation of tangent which is passing at the point 3 and 5. Let me actually call the point 3 and 5 point A, and say there is a line which is passing at this point A, the line of tangent. Let me say this is the line of tangent. Okay, so I want you to find the equation of this line which is passing at the point A. This line which touch the circle once, it is called tangent. Remember, tangent always touch the circle once. Now, I want you to find the equation of this tangent line. So what you need to find the equation of this tangent line, you need the gradient of this tangent line. I will call it m of tan. You need the gradient of this line. That's the most important thing that you need in order to find the equation of this line tangent. You need the gradient of tangent. Now, if you look along the line of tangent, you have got only one point, which is point A. So to find the gradient of this tangent, we will use the gradient of a radius. M of a radius is going to be very helpful. Okay, I know that the gradient of a radius times the gradient of a tangent is -1. M of tan times M of a radius is -1. Why? Tangent is perpendicular to the radius. Tangent is perpendicular to the radius. That's why the gradient of a tangent times the gradient of a radius should give us -1. Okay, how do we know? We know that tangent is perpendicular to the radius. Perpendicular lines, when you multiply their gradient, they must give you -1. We say the product of the gradient of perpendicular lines is -1. So let me find M of a radius, which will help me in finding the M of tangent. So I will say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. M of radius, the gradient of a radius. What is my y2? Let me take this to be my y2, this to be my x2, this to be my y1, this to be my x1, in order for me to find the gradient of a radius. Remember, this is a radius because this is the center point. So you say 5 minus 2 over 3 minus 1, which is 3 over 2. So the gradient of a radius is 3 over 2. So I'm going to use this now to find the gradient of a tangent. I'm going to say M of tan times M of a radius is -1. What is M of tan? It's what I'm looking for. What is M of a radius? It is found to be 3 over 2. So what you can do, you can divide both sides by 3 over 2. You divide -1 by 3 over 2. It is actually M of tangent. It is actually -2 over 3. Okay, the easier approach in finding this M of a tangent was to swap the denominator and the numerator of the gradient of a radius. Remember the gradient of a radius is 3 over 2. So what you can do, you can swap 3 over 2. You say 2, you write it on top, 3 underneath. Make sure that the signs, they differ. If this one is positive, it means this one is negative. So the gradient of a tangent is -2 over 3. Now, because I have the gradient of a tangent, I can be able to find the equation of tangent, which is one of the questions that may come anytime, is t time. You say y equals to mx plus c. What is my y? It's now, okay, let me start by saying y equals to my gradient, my m is -2 over 3. Okay, so you now need to find the c. You substitute x and y by any point by a point whereby the line of tangent pass through. So which point does the line of tangent pass through? Is the point A. I said tangent pass at the point 3 and 5. So your y there, it's 5. Your x there, it's 3. Now you know that 3 cancel 3, minus 2 come this side. It's going to be 5 plus 2, it's 7, equals to C. So the equation of tangent, it's y equals to minus 2 over 3x plus 7. That is the equation of tangent. These are the key questions that you must know when you go to approach analytical geometry. Thank you so much. From me, see you next time.